This first news story comes to us from, let me find the news story, Andy Robson over at VGC. Headline is Nintendo targets 2024 with next gen console. That's right. According to multiple According to multiple people with knowledge of Nintendo's next-gen console plans, the company is likely to release the new hardware during the second half of 2024 to ensure that it has ample stock available on day one and to avoid the kind of shortages seen with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Although specific details on the console are being kept closely guarded, those VGC spoke to indicated that the next-gen console would be able to be used in the portable mode, similar to the Nintendo Switch. Two sources VGC spoke to suggested that the console could launch with an LCD screen instead of the more premium OLED in order to bring down cost, especially considering the increased storage needed for higher fidelity games. The current Switch comes with just a 32GB of internal memory, while many current-gen PlayStation and Xbox games are over 100 gig. Like its predecessor, the new Nintendo console will also accept physical games via cartridge slot, the sources said. Other details, such as backwards compatibility support for the Switch games, remain unclear. Nintendo has said it wants to convert as many of Switch's 100 million plus user base as possible to its next system, although some third-party publishers are said to have expressed concern that legacy support for Switch games could negatively affect sales of next-gen titles. Nintendo, not surprisingly, did not immediately respond to VGC's request for comment on this story. And then there's a lot more to the article here, but that's the main gist. This is what we care about, is that there are leaks. Apparently, development kits for Nintendo's next console are with key partner studios. Wild. I just like, it just blows my mind because I think we did a news story just like in the last 2 or 3 months where Nintendo came out and like emphatically said, we are not making a new console. No new console. And I guess to be honest, I think they said in 2023. So they're technically not lying. Now that I think back to the article, I think it was like, we're not coming out with a new console this year. Because there was rumors maybe at the end of this year we would get something. But so not this year. And under their breath they whispered, but next year. just you wait. Yeah. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. Only because too, I know you're actually newer into the Switch universe than like me and myself and Adrian. Like we've been there since launch. You just got yours about like a year ago, was it?
Yeah, whenever the OLED launched.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is exciting to me. I'm excited for new consoles are always cool. I do think I like how they touched on backwards compatibility. I highly expect that there will be backwards compatibility with Switch because that's like Nintendo's biggest thing. They like as much as possible they have done backwards compatibility with everything. Like Wii U to Wii worked, Wii to GameCube. I'm not entirely sure what was before the GameCube.
No, yeah, nothing before that.
Yeah.
It's because like Nintendo was its own thing. Super Nintendo was its own thing. N64 was its own thing. So until GameCube came around, there wasn't really that backwards compatibility. So it is a newer thing in that sense. But you're right. It has been consistent since then. Even in their handheld consoles with like
Game Boy,
DS
to Game Boy.
Working with 3DS originally and stuff like that. Yeah.
DS also worked with the Game Boy with Game Boy Advance games.
That is true. Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. I forgot about that.
So I would highly suspect that they would have backwards compatibility with that.
It'd be wild if they didn't, especially with just how many incredible games there are on the Switch. Like it'd be crazy just to like silo them off and be like, nope, you're stuck on the Switch. I mean, if they run great on the Switch, then fine. I guess like, what's it hurting? You just have an extra console. But I don't know. The especially nowadays, like where I buy 99% of my games digitally as well. Mm-hmm. It'd be so awesome to fire up whatever this new console is and have all my games there. Right. Like I've spent so much money on this huge library of games. Like, please just let me bring them over. Right. So this doesn't like turn you off at all. Cause I guess some people can be like, again, this is speculation. I could see how people might be frustrated especially being a recent adopter of the Switch. You just get in with the OLED here.
Right.
And now a couple years later, it's like, all right, get rid of it, get the new thing. Like, some people could get frustrated with that, but it sounds like you're more just like, hey, cool, this is new hardware. I'm down. I'm excited.
Will I buy it on launch? Probably not, but I'll probably get it like a year or two afterwards, or maybe I will. Maybe I do not currently use the Switch as much as I think that I like enough to like make it reasonable for me to buy this on launch. But I'd probably pick it up at some point, but it doesn't turn me off at all. Like, it's just a thing. Like, you don't buy the Xbox 360 Slim and then be like, they made an Xbox One. It's like,
well, no one did that because Xbox One sucked. Because
well, that's I did that, but yeah.
Okay.
It's like, of course, more consoles are going to come out. It's not.
Yeah.
I guess need to get upset.
Yeah, I think it's just it's for me. I very easily experience FOMO with so many things, and so really, it's just a me problem that I need to fix. But for me, like, so if that happened to me, like, I'd be like, dang it, I just got this console. Like, now there's a new one. Are you kidding me? But realistically, like, who cares? Like, it's a video game console. Like, it's not like it's the end of the world. Like, you can just get it, a couple years, enjoy what you have and move on, or trade in what you have and put it towards a new thing, whatever. Like, I think, as long as if it has backwards compatibility, in my mind, it like doesn't make sense. Like, why not upgrade? Trade in my OLED and get the new one. The only reason I might hesitate,
not OLED,
is the rumors of it possibly not having an OLED due to cost. If it does not have an OLED after spoiling us, finally giving us what we want, like we spent years with the launch Switch with just a normal LED, begging for OLED, some sort of better screen. We got it, we love it, and then to take it away again, this yoink. Oh man, that
would be another reason I wait 2 years. I go until they do the OLED for the next one.
Right? Yeah. Adrian tweeted about it, and I commented on it and just said it was like the Princess Bride gif, like something about like we will revolt against you. I will get them to revolt against you or something like that. Like, I was like, we're riding. Like, if that happens, like, this is not okay, Nintendo. We need to like fight back on this one, because that's bizarre to me that they would like give us what we've been asking for and be like, just kidding, haha. Like 2 years later.
Honestly, the most Nintendo move, though. Honestly, that tracks with what they do.
That's
unfortunately,
not too far off. But I'm excited about this as well. I mean, I just love new hardware. I like video games. I like cool stuff. So, again, I think my main takeaway though is like, make sure there's backwards compatibility, and like, it doesn't even have to be physical backwards compatibility. Who cares about the physical side? Just give me the digital games that come over, and then from there, I think mainly just having the screen thing, like, that would be fantastic. But cool. Now, I guess one last question.
Yeah.
Do we really actually think this is coming out next year? Like, if you look at how old the Switch is, it has been around since 2017.
They said 7 years there, which is kind of wild to me. I don't know, like, maybe, but it does feel like still kind of early, potentially, to me.
I mean, most consoles around that 7-year mark, that's pretty normal for the next gen to come out. So it's a normal time frame. But I don't know. There's just something about the Switch. Like, I know a lot of people complain about it having, like, being underpowered. But it's like, I don't need it to play freaking Elden Ring or whatever. Like, for the games it's playing, it's completely fine. Like, I don't think I've ever had a complaint on Switch. I know Adrian's had some weird things. Like, what was it? Was it Hollow Knight? Or no, Cult of the Lamb. He had issues on Switch with like crashing and being like just laggy. Like, you wouldn't get like a consistent frame rate.
I have seen that. I've experienced that a little bit with Cult of the Lamb. And then there's like random, like when you're playing like 4-player like Mario Kart, there will be like a little bit like some frame drops sometimes.
Okay.
So like it is a fair thing, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, for most of it, it's like I've never had any of those issues. Like I hear people talk about it, I'm like, I don't know, every game I've ever played is perfect, fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. We will see. Stay tuned, because if there's going to be news about it, we'll be talking about it here. So make sure to subscribe and listen in. Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the whole episode, the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.